Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your Sunday is going well. Thank you so much for joining me. We're playing with pattern paper today. We're using a collection from Photoplay. It's called Holly and Ivy. It's Christmas themed, and we're going to make some collage cards. We're going to be using some stickers in here. We're going to be using also the My Colors Cardstock variety and the Holly and Ivy pack. We're going to be using the White Smoke and then the Craft Classic cardstock in here. I like the White Smoke because it's a nice contrast between the white that I use and then the craft. Well, I just love craft, so we're going to be using that on our card. We're also going to be using some chipboard stickers. I think chipboard stickers are a great way to add a little dimension to your card without adding a lot of foam tape. So we're going to be using this in our card, and we're going to jump in and get started. I'm going to pick out some pattern papers. The pattern papers I'm going to be using are Holly. The reverse side has lots of holly on it, but we're going to be using the polka dot side. And then we're also going to be using Noel. The reverse side of the Noel has cut aparts. I just trimmed mine down, but we get 2 sheets of each in our 12 by 12 collection pack. So I don't mind using the pattern paper on one side because I still have cut aparts. I did trim mine down. These are actually, as I mentioned, 12 by 12 sheets, just to share with you the names of the pattern paper. Most of your favorite craft stores will sell these individually. So we are going to jump in, trim these down, and create our first card. For my first card, we're going to be using an A2 panel of the plaid cardstock, and I'm also going to be using a top folding card base for my first card. I'm going to be wrapping some ribbon around here, and a top folding card is just going to make it easier. We're going to adhere our panel. This is going to be a full card front size. So this is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And we're just going to tack this to the front of our card base. And then I have a piece of our polka dot pattern paper. This measures 4.5 inches tall by 3 1/4 inches wide. I'm going to take this and place this wonky on my card base. I also have a 3-inch wide by 2-inch piece of the White Smoke cardstock that came with the My Colors. We're going to actually create a hillside with this. If you don't want to make a hillside, you could just use a shorter piece of cardstock. So I'm just gonna, and your hillside doesn't have to be perfect. This is a 1/4 inch wider than this piece here. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this, just using a little bit of glue. I'm gonna adhere it a 1/4 inch up from the bottom, making sure it's centered. And a little bit's overhanging, and that's okay. After we have this adhered, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the front of my card base. And we'll go ahead and glue this. This one's going to go centered on that green polka dot. Now I have a few stickers from our sticker sheet. I have both the snowy houses, and then I also have one of the trees here, and then I'm going to take the greeting that's in our sticker sheet that says I'll be home for Christmas. I'm going to layer this. I'm going to center it on my scalloped edge. I'm going to add some foam tape behind here, and then I'm going to pop it up and place it on my card here. Now I mentioned that I'm going to bring in some twine. I have some red and white baker's twine. What I'm going to do is wrap it around the seam between my greeting and my scalloped edge here. I think red and white baker's twine kind of looks like candy cane stripes. We're going to place this sticker directly on our card base in the top right corner. Next, we're going to add our larger house. I did put some pop-up foam behind here and some glue, and I'm going to layer this. We're going to add this a little bit towards the left, and then I have the smaller house that I put some pop-up foam, but for this I doubled up on the foam on the bottom because we're going to overlap them. I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. I took the snowman that was in our chipboard sticker pack, and I'm going to tuck it underneath the greeting and underneath this sticker here. We'll do a little layering with that. And then I'm going to take one of the larger stars in our background. I'll just pop this out, and I'm going to place it on the top of this tree here. And I'm also going to take some of the black stars Lovely. Now we're going to add a few bells and whistles. I'm going to add a little sparkle on the inside of my windows using some glitter glue. Since we are adding glitter glue to stickers, it does take a little bit of time to dry. And that will finish my first card. Cute little scene. We're going to jump into our next card. For my next card, I've already adhered a A2 panel of the Classic Craft over my card base. This is a great way to stretch your cardstock. After we have this adhered, what we're going to do is take the polka dot pattern paper. I'm going to put glue behind here, and we're going to add it to the front of our card base right in the center. This panel here measures 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches tall, so it'll leave me 1/4 inch all around my card base. And then I have that same scalloped edge. What I'm going to do is tack it down to the side of this pattern paper. This measures 2 1/2 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches tall. And I'm going to tack it down. It's going to go to the right of my card, just so a little bit of that green is peeking out. And then I have some stickers. I already adhered 2 stickers to a panel. This panel measures 2 1/2 inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape, and I'm going to add it to where the milk and cookie sticker is all the way flush to the left side of my card. We'll go ahead and tack that down. I'm going to bring back that red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to go over the seam here. This is a side folding card, so it's going to be easy. And just above that circle, I'm going to tie a bow. I also have the cocoa mug that's a sticker. I put some foam tape behind here. We're just going to add a little glue to it. And I'm going to add my cocoa mug in the bottom of this panel here, kind of tilting it just a little bit. Now we're going to bring in some chipboard stickers. Since this is milk and cookies, I thought we have to have a gingerbread. We'll add our cookie, and then there is an arrow that has milk and cookies delivered daily. I'm going to add this right over that milk and cookie sticker. We're just going to do a little layering with this. No foam tape needed. If you want to add a little extra glue when you add sticker to a chipboard, since it's a smooth surface, you may want to reinforce it with a little extra glue. Okay, I adjusted this just a little bit because I'm going to slide in, deck the halls right underneath this gingerbread. Okay, lastly, we're going to bring in some more of those stars. Since there's a plastic film behind here, what I like to do is just flip it over, and just using my pokey tool, I just punch them out. Let's go ahead and add a few stars here. And for finishing touches, we're going to bring back our glitter glue. We're going to add some sparkle to the snowflake here on the cocoa mug. Lovely. I'm also going to bring in some of my glaze. I always like to add a little glaze to my coffee cups. It gives it a little bit of dimension, and it looks like some real coffee is in there. And that will finish off my second collage card. So much fun. You know what? I think I'm going to add some sparkle to our gingerbread's buttons too. That's the right amount of sparkle there. So there's a look at both cards that we made today using the Holly and Ivy 12x12 collection pack. I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.